Hello traders, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching this. This is Dan, this is Dan Tech Channel. In this video, I'm just going to be talking something that is very important when we talk about the forex trading, when we talk about crypto trading and all that, and that is the perfect way to enter into the market. You know, some people can just do perfect analysis. You can just do analysis, either fundamental, technical analysis, and then you just spot somewhere we're just going to enter into the market, but you don't know where you are going to enter into the market. Some people actually can just do analysis, but they don't know where to enter into the market. So this is what we're just going to do today. But do you know that psychology actually is the one of the things that is just used mostly before even you can do your analysis very correct, and this is the perfect way I'm going to enter into the market, but your psychology is actually needed most. But before we start, make sure that you subscribe down one to this channel, because there is one just dedicated to do that. And the other thing is to make sure that you like this video to just be recommended to more people on this channel. So let's just jump to this video right away. So this is a pair of USD Euro, JPY USD JPY over here. Let me just show you over here. As you can see in the chart, now you assume you have done your analysis very correctly, whether you are using the phone. For the people who actually use the phone, I produced a video how you can just do your analysis so well and all that, and you're just going to be amazing right over there. So assume you have done your analysis. For example, let me just explain this, because today is on 1st of May, and this is what we just expect over here. Let me just tell you the way you're just going to analyze this to get a perfect entry point. Okay, now assume this is one of the things that you just get about this region over here. This is Euro USD on the 1st of May, and this is what we just get. The first thing that you just get over here is the where the market is actually as ended to this point here across this area. So the market actually just reached around this region. Remember, this is a 4-hour time frame, so we expect actually the market maybe to touch around this region, and then we're just going to form something at least we call the double top, and when you can just experience something like a reversal around this area. The reason I'm just going to say that we may experience a reversal around that area is because actually the market is already overbought. You can see it's crossed and it is as gone too high over here, and the market is already overbought. So that means that we will be expecting around this region to be entering into the market, to see where the market actually will just be reversing back. But this is a 4-hour time frame. So what I just do over here is to go to 1-day time frame. Actually, you can even start with that, because that is just going to show you more information before doing anything over here. So what are the things that you just be looking over here? If the first time is the things that you just be looking here is something like let me show you something here. Okay, and don't okay, yes. So one of the things that you just be looking over here, you start with the trend. Okay, after doing your analysis over here, check the trend, 1-day analysis and all that. So you can see the market is actually just doing well over here. Okay, and we have this candle over here that has just been formed on the 1-day time frame. Over here you can see the market is still not showing a sign of reversal until maybe it touches the black line that I've just drawn over here. Now after the drawing of that line, and you see this is what we expect the market, you can see on my RSI over here. So the one of the first thing that you have to get clear is that you have to get a place of confluence. A place of confluence will just give you what we call confidence to enter into the market, because the market will just be helping you to, the place of confluence will just be helping you to know that there is a confirmation of one indicator. You have done your analysis, technical analysis using price action. So all the indicators, maybe two of the indicators and the price action, are just showing that there's going to be a reversal around a certain region. So all you can just identify first is what we call a region. Okay, so on this case I can just have something like this, and I can say around this region over here, the moment the market touches this region around this area, then this time we can expect the market actually to just reverse back. So the market is not going to reach a certain point. The market cannot reverse in a certain point. Remember that there is no point the market is just going to reverse at. Okay, no certain point. there is no point the market is just going to reverse from. You're not going to say it is going to touch over here and it is going to reverse back. But all we can just get into the market is what we call a region. So you must have a region where the market is actually going to favor you, is going to reverse from that region around this area. And my mark actually is between 137 around, let me just see this. So my mark is actually around, let me see, the mark is around 137 to 137 500, around that region. So if we can just get between 137 and 137 400, 137 and 137 400 for USD JPY, then that is going to be very amazing in this scenario over here, because that is the region that we expect the market to be reversing back over here. The other thing that we just see after identifying the region over here, after seeing that, the next thing that we just have to be checking over here, remember, is what we call the candlesticks pattern. That is what you can just help you over here. Remember, here I've used what we call the chart pattern over here, can just be helping you to do indicators over here. So you can see the market is already overbought over here, and this is the indicator RSI, and it's one of the signs that the market is overbought already. So we may be expecting a reversal of the market, and that's why we just have something like this. So this indicator is a sign of a reversal over here. So it is true that the moment it touches over here, so we have a little hit the moment it hits 70 over here and all that, so we can just be selling around that region over here. So you have an indication that around this area I'll just be selling to the market. So that is the first thing that you have to be knowing over here. The next of the thing that you just have to be very careful about over here is the candlesticks that will just be formed over here, but don't use the low time frame to check your things. What I can just advise over here is that the candlesticks with the highest time frame, the highest time frame, the correct the candlesticks will just be. For example, you can just be getting a candlesticks over here. You can get a hammer, you can get what we call the gravestone around this area over here, and that is the one of the things that we just indicate that we are going to experience a reversal over here. Just a second, let me just show you something over here. What do you see over here? The moment we just get a reversal around this area, what do you see? Because this is a 1 day time frame over here, so it's very accurate. So what do you see here? We see a candlestick that was formed over here. So this is what we call andonji, the type of donji, what we call and dragonfly. And dragonfly, when it is actually forms around this region over here, and down one you see there is a small button over here, and we have a very long wick downward over here. It is an indication that the market is actually going to reverse upward. Okay, and over here you can see another dragonfly formed over here, which is around this region over here, and is actually a sign that we are experiencing again a reversal to the market, and that sounds very amazing over here. So those are the things that you actually just have to be checking on the market. So on the perfect entry point over here, I have the region, but the last thing I will just be doing before I enter into the market is to check what we call the candlestick pattern. So the candlestick pattern is what will just be helping me to have the perfect entry point right over here. But remember one thing, you have to be having two options over here. You have to know the market can just do anything, that you have to be very careful on what we are doing. For example, you have to have two choices. Only those choices, the choices that will just favor you in two directions. So the thing I'll just do over here is to have another market to know this is where the market. Also, you have to this option. So you have to come with another option to prove to you what will make the market to move over here. So you have to come with proofs to say what will make market to move to this 139. Okay, so if you know this, your point becomes more valid for 139 more than the reversal, then you just know the market is just going to cross that point. But if you have clear shot, you have a place of confluence around this area, and that you just know that. So the highest probability, the more you're just going to be taking all that. But you can just have a region where you have to have your plans around that area. But the last thing I just want to say, after maybe showing all you those things, is anytime you just do all these things, make sure that you have a very calculated risk. Any moment you just want to do these things, make sure that you have calculated risk over here. For example, what I'm just saying over here is that before even you enter into the market, you can just get a good entry point over here, but make sure that you calculate the amount of money you're just willing to lose around that area. You can calculate between the stop loss and take profit around over here. For example, you can see even if I take this trend, I assume the market, in case it crosses around this area, but in case it touches this region, you can see actually it is very big. So this risk is worthy taking it because the TP is larger than SL. So I can just enter into the market confidently around that area, and I'm going to be confident that the market is just going to do that. But I can expect anything to just happen into the market. But one of the things that will just make me have confidence is because I have more than one proof that the market is actually going to reverse around that region. I hope maybe this video has just been of help to you. Make sure that you subscribe as I just said. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section. I'll just be checking on that. We'll just be coming with more analysis. If you have not understood, make sure that you can just repeat this video more times to understand the things and the point I was just trying to deliver around that region. So that's how you can just know how to enter into the market. So if you are hesitating maybe to enter into the market, you can use the candlesticks, you can use all those things, but the only thing that you just have to know is that there's no perfect point you're going to enter into the market. It's only where you can just drive what we call region. Is where after driving the region, then you can just have a clear shot of that. The other thing you can just use, the last point before I close this, before I forget, is to use what we call the lowest time frame. Now let me show you. You can see all these candlesticks are green over here indicating upward, but when you just go to like 15-minute time frame, assume the market has actually reached my region. So what I'll just do is to go to like 5-minute time frame to see where the market is. I can expand like this to see. Let me see this. Okay, let me show you something around here. So this is what I can just see. Okay, let me expand. I want to show you something here. So you can see the market is downward when we talk about the 4-hour time frame. So if I'm just maybe waiting for the time to enter into the market, what I just do is actually to just wait the market to come around this area, and I can just enter my point over here. So my entry point will just be around this region across here. Okay, so my entry point will be, so my entry point actually will just be over here. My point will just, my entry point will just be around this region. So after using the lowest time frame, maybe I can wait the market just to go to 136,900. It shows me the market has just gone down. Just wait a little bit, and then you're just going to enter into the market, and you're going to be entering your sell around that region. So it's just easy like that, and you're just going to be making your money over here. The other thing, make sure that you check the news always. That is what we say before you enter into the market, because you can lose your money if you don't follow up the news. I hope that has been of help to you. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Adios.